The family of a non-binary Indigenous teen need your help.
In April of 2022, a high school student in Washington state mysteriously disappeared, never to be seen again.
Missing in late 2021. We've gotten what feels like a million rumors.
On the last episode of Unsolved True Crime, Peace Productions interviewed Dina Nelson, who'd share testimony about her daughter, Lori Sue Nelson.
She was being molested this whole time. She told me when she starts doing this and she starts dressing provocative, and she could either turn out to be molesters, or they'll turn into drugs and alcohol, prostitution, and all these other things.
Lori Sue Nelson is widely believed to be responsible for the disappearance of their child's 16-year-old Kit Mora.
I got it off and now I feel empty inside.
They were officially reported missing on April 15th, 2022. However, when investigators questioned friends and family, they learned Kit had not been seen or heard from since November of 2021. Because of Kit's age, gender identity, Indigenous heritage, and allegations of abuse in their home, their safety is of great concern for those who care about them.
This is Unsolved True Crime. We want to thank Carmita Thompson for her work on Kit Mora's case.
This is 17-year-old Esmeralda Kit Mora. Now, according to investigators, Kit was reported missing April 15th, 2022 out of Omak. But loved ones fear Kit vanished weeks before that official report was made.
Foxy Snowball or Foxy? Okay, I'll be right back.
Just talking about Kit for big sister Malia Nelson makes her happy. The mere mention of Kit's name, and she glows.
Kit's laugh made me laugh so much. Kit was just so supportive. Like, we could be so serious one moment and then just giggling the next. It hurts to talk about even now.
And for as much hurt that's surrounding Kit's disappearance, there's also mystery that began when the teen, ever active on their cell phone, suddenly stopped several months back.
Kit's friend ended up looking into the fact that Kit was no longer texting, no longer on social media, and it was a close friend that usually Kit would text. And then they called around to family, you know, hey, have you heard from Kit?
Friends, family, classmates, no one had.
I just feel like if Kit ran away, we would have heard from Kit.
Missing person posters like this one have been plastered across eastern Washington. Kit's father seen here and other loved ones trying to reach that one person who could give them some level of peace.
We don't know. We don't have any answers.
Only longing that someday they will.
Charlotte Elizabeth grew as Kit's adopted sister. She would help shed more light on Lori Sue Nelson, Kit's mother.
I don't know, it's like Lori has this presence that when you're around her, you can feel like just this negative, heavy energy coming off of her. I mean, like, you run into people, you know, and you can just feel something about them. Like, her words, like, no matter what, like, it just seems like her words are like candy. They're amazing. But the energy and the faces, I mean, she's terrifying. I mean, she's textbook. And, I mean, I've heard a lot about her childhood. I've heard a lot about how she grew up and things that happened to her, things that she did to her siblings. I was told that Lori was sold as a child. Lori and her siblings were sold as children. I was told that at one point Lori had sold one of her younger sisters and trafficked them. I was told that Lori was very heavily abused, beaten, she'd been raped, things like that. I know that there was an incident where Lori tried to set one of her sister's beds on fire, with her sister being in the bed. Lori tried to kill Javante and Malia when they were very little. She tried to drown them.
Esmeralda, when she was born, Lori was really in love with Francisco. Francisco and her fought quite a bit, and Lori was an instigator of most of it because I was around at that time and trying to help Lori out and whatnot with her and the kids. And she was abusive back then, but you know, like I said again, Lori was also, as she was growing up, before she had kids, was abused by her mother.
Who was Lori Sue Nelson?
Lori was able to visit here and there, and there was happy moments as well as bad moments. I grew up under Lori's care.
Malia Nelson is Lori's daughter. She grew up in the same home as Kit. She would tell us more of their struggles inside their childhood home.
From when I was a baby to 3 years old, and my dad got custody of me. And after 3 years old, it was just visitations here and there when my dad allowed it.
Lori would often abuse her children and deprive them of food.
When me and my brother were growing up under my mom's care, these are some of the things that we went through. We went through, getting locked in the rooms for hours at a time, only being 2 and 3, to 1 to 2. And when she wasn't there, when we hadn't eaten all day, we were allowed like 2 Jell-O a day. Even if we had nothing else that day, if we had an extra one, we would get, beat. We would get slapped, popped in the mouth, spanking. She's punched my brother in the chest before. Those are some of the things that I remember. In the apartments, I remember having animal feces on the floor, beer bottles, her throwing parties. I don't think people take into consideration all the things that Lori went through as a child. I know that she was, raped, molested, all of those things. And people get mad when you don't mention those things. Or this is why I support Lori, because I don't believe Lori would do these things because she's had these things done to her. And I don't believe that's the case, because I was pregnant at the age of 17 and I chose not to make all those choices. Somebody can change for the love of their children. Somebody can choose a different path and want to break a cycle, and that's not what Lori wanted to do.
This story is far from over, and we will be continuing the series until Kit Mora is found and has justice.
If you want to support Peace Productions, please subscribe to our Patreon. The link is on the screen.